have always been in favor of him getting a new mate. Up top.
That is unbecoming of the First Lady. No. Not only is that unbecoming of your position, for the record, we all know that this couch story isn't true. What do you think about J.D. Vance himself? What do you think he brings to the ticket?
I think he brings some strong positions on conservative issues and some freaky positions on his sofa.
When you see Donald Trump sitting in front of a portrait of George Washington, you realize how ridiculous this whole thing is. Melania did not take part in the customary First Lady meeting with Dr. Jill Biden today. Apparently she had crying in the dark scheduled for this morning. And oh, no, she can't come. Please give her my be best, okay? Melania's office did release a statement. The statement said, Melania declined the First Lady's invitation to visit, which I'm sure Jill Biden was heartbroken.
Ever feel like the world's gone mad and all you can do is laugh? That's exactly what Colbert and Kimmel are serving up with their latest Trump roast. And let's be honest, we could all use a good laugh right now. From Donnie Diapers to windmill rants, they're hitting all the right notes.
Like, did you know that the Democrats are casting a magical spell to turn the First Lady into a man?
No, that's not what's happening. It's just that if Kamala Harris gets elected, her husband, Doug Emhoff, will be the first gentleman.
Why does she get Doug Emhoff? I get that jag-off. Chicago slang, I love it here.
Yes, it really does seem like you've taken to Chicago.
Oh, it's wonderful. The food here is so rich, I could marry it.
But it's the Melania bombshell that'll really make you say, yep, that's my 2023 in a nutshell. Ready for some comedic therapy? Let's dive in. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
And hello, Chicago, the greatest city in the world!
In fact, her complete absence from the campaign trail has a lot of people wondering, where is Melania? Here to tell us where is Melania. Is that the Democratic convention behind you?
What? No! What? No! Yes, yes.
What? Wait.
Yes.
It would appear that our favorite tweeter with an orange tint has found a new windmill to aim at people. The windmill in question is not just any windmill, rather it is a windmill that produces milk. The price of milk is, in fact, the primary focus of the most recent Twitter outburst that Donald Trump has posted, mainly due to the fact that it appears that this is what keeps you awake at night as a former president. I am not sure if you are the same way, but when I think about the pressing issues that our nation is currently facing, the cost of 2% is the first thing that comes to mind. Basically, it's on par with healthcare and national security in terms of importance. Indeed, this is the case in Trump's world. Just picture this. During the time that the rest of us are pondering whether or not we have remembered to purchase bread, the Donald is most likely sitting on his golden throne and tapping away in a furious manner about the cost of dairy products. However, this is where it really shines its brightest. The dynamic duo that we have for late night talk shows Kimmel and Colbert had a field day when they found out about this utter nonsense. Kimmel made a joke about it, saying, "It appears that someone has milk on their brain," while displaying his signature smirk. Is it possible that this is the reason why his hair is so white? To ensure that he would not be outdone, Colbert jumped in with both feet. "I always thought Trump was more of a cheese guy," he explained to reporters, because of all the wine that goes with it. In a manner comparable to that of a young child devouring an ice cream cone, the audience eagerly consumed it. The jokes started coming out faster than Trump could say fake news, and our former commander-in-chief's tweets started to become less effective. Given the poor spelling, it was like being a witness to a toddler throwing a fit in the dairy section of the grocery store. In one tweet, the message, "Milk prices are through the roof," was proclaimed, the America of Biden. Another person continued to ramble on about how he would have negotiated with the cows in order to get the best possible price. Why? Because it would appear that Trump's conception of dairy farming is exactly like that. On the other hand, when Kimmel delivered the knockout blow, it was the icing on the cake, pun intended. I guess Donnie Diapers is crying over spilled milk now, he joked, and you could almost hear the collective ooh coming from living rooms across the United States. As the temperature of Trump's Twitter feed increased at a rate comparable to that of milk heated in a microwave, it was almost as if you could see steam rising from his ears. It appears that he has forgotten that he ought to be concentrating on, oh, I'm not sure, perhaps his upcoming court cases will become his primary focus. On the other hand, it is clear that he has made the decision to die on the hill of milk prices. Now, just when you thought that Trump's outburst on Twitter couldn't possibly get any stranger, he chooses to pick a fight with windmills. Actually, you did hear it correctly. Our favorite orange-colored tweeter has gone full Don Quixote, he said, tilting his head in the direction of imaginary giants. In his game of what's the most random thing I can rage about today, windmills appeared to be the winner of the prize. The most recent outburst that President Trump made on Twitter took an unexpected turn when he started ranting about these monumental turbines. It would appear that they are the true adversary in this situation rather than his growing legal issues or any other problems he may be facing. It's almost as if he had an epiphany about what was hurting the United States of America. Damn those spinny things. Late-night talk show hosts like Colbert and Kimmel found this to be a source of comedy gold. It would appear that Santa Claus gave Donald Trump an early Christmas present in the form of a large, shiny "Kick Me" sign that he placed on his back. It was almost impossible to believe how fortunate they were. In all honesty, when your target begins providing you with material that is this ridiculous, you won't even need to bother writing jokes anymore. There is no need to write jokes. Colbert was always able to come up with a quick joke, so he never missed a beat. Trump hates windmills so much, I'm surprised he hasn't tried to comb his hair over one. He said in a zinger that had his audience in fits of laughter. Am I able to do that? Is the infamous comb over that Trump so often uses going up against a windmill? The event is one that I would be willing to pay to watch. Kimmel, not to be outdone, pondered out loud whether Trump's mind is driven by a small windmill that has finally stopped rotating, or whether Trump's mind is driven by a windmill. Do you think it would explain a lot of things? It is possible that he is so opposed to wind power because he is worried about the competition. During the time that Trump's tweets were becoming more insane, the comedian's quips became more pointed and pointed. Trump, without realizing it, was the one who supplied the ammunition, turning the situation into a comedic arms race. Furthermore, let's be honest, Trump was entering this contest of cunning without any weapons in his possession. However, just when you thought things couldn't possibly get any better, Kimmel and Colbert revealed Melania with their revelation. A single word was all that was necessary to send President Trump into such a dramatic Twitter frenzy that his rants appeared to be of no consequence. Trump was the angry bird that hurled himself at the closest target, making it look like a human version of the video game Angry Birds. Does anyone know what's going on with Kimmel and Colbert's extravagant criticism of Trump? It just so happens that these late-night comedians are doing more than just making us laugh about their situations. As a matter of fact, they are influencing our perception of politics by each and every zinger that they deliver. They displayed a laser-like precision that allowed them to cut through the political nonsense as if they were brandishing comedy lightsabers.